Hello, Michael Dominichetti with Keller Williams Realty and the MD Real Estate Group. And now that we're getting close to the end of the year, I thought it would be interesting to take a look at the history of 2017 as far as the sale of homes and what has happened in the Hamilton-Burlington area over the last 12 months. And then I got into it a little bit further and I started comparing what happened this year to what happened last year, even the year before. And then we went back even a little bit further into 2010, 2007, and the year 2000. And I found some really interesting trends that I wanted to share with everybody here because I think it's really important when you're looking to buy a home or sell a home to understand when's the best time to sell, when's the best time to buy. Is there a preferred time if you're going to be getting into the market or getting out of the market? Because what we'll see here is there's a very big difference in the numbers. So let's dig into what happened over the last 12 months in the Hamilton-Burlington area. So we started off the year with an average price of $507, and this is taking into account everything that sold in the Hamilton-Burlington area that was on the local MLS board. So it was around anywhere from 1,200 to almost 2,000 houses a month that sold that were recorded through the board. So we have a really good population size to get some good averages. And we saw the increase happen very quickly, where we went from an average price of $507 to a high of $620 in May. Now typically when a house is sold, there's about a 30-day closing window on average. So the houses that closed in May were most likely purchased in March and April. So if for anybody who was in the market to buy a home in that time frame earlier this year, you certainly can appreciate how fevered the market was at that time. Not a lot of inventory, a lot of stuff going into multiple offers and over asking price, which drove the prices up quite a bit. So what we saw after some rule changes announced in April was the buyers got a little bit cautious, and we saw them flip down to basically becoming, I wouldn't say it became a buyer's market. It definitely became more in tune with a normal market. So what we saw was the prices actually fall back down almost to where they started the year off. So 507, and then by the time we got into July, the average price was down to 518. And then they climb back up again a little bit as we get out of the summer months and into the fall. And this last number here is based on the last 2 weeks so far, and the average is going to be a little bit higher than where we started, and it's about a 3.2% increase from January, which again is very normal for the real estate market. If we look at the history from 1955 to today, the average home price will increase about 4% over a 12-month period. Now what I find really interesting, and you'll see here the numbers in red, is the lowest price for that particular year. So in the year 2000, the average home price in January was $151, and that was the lowest for the year. Same thing with 2007, the year 2010, 2015. It was actually at the end of the year. January was a very close second. Same thing with 2016, 2017. Typically, the first month of the year or the first 6 weeks of the year is a great time, especially if you are not selling and you are a first-time buyer and you're looking at getting into the market. Again, there's that little bit of a lag, so buying a house in December and closing in January is probably going to get you the best bang for your buck. Now, on the selling side of things, when we see these numbers in green here, these are the highest selling prices for the year. And what I've noticed is this trend here, and this is over the last 17 years, pretty consistent, where you're going to get the most value in selling your home, usually in that March to April time frame, and getting it to close within about 30 days, May or June. And you can see here it's pretty consistent across the board. 2007, you saw the price a little bit higher in October, but May was a very close second there as well. So if we look at the graph down here below, it's very interesting to see how this past year in 2017 we had this crazy market in the springtime. We saw prices actually rise as much as 20% in a couple of months. That is definitely not a normal market. You can see the history here over the last couple of years. It's more normalized, where We have consistency in the first part of the market. Things slow down a little bit in the summer, and then there's another little peak that happens in September, October before the end of the year. So I guess the million-dollar question is, what does all this mean to you when you're looking to buy or sell a home? Well, there's a couple of things in my opinion. Number one, if you are looking to buy a home and sell a home at the same time, and you're staying in the same geographic area, then chances are pretty good you're going to buy high and sell high if you do that in the first 2 or 3 months of the year. Or if you're selling your house and buying a house in December, you're going to sell low and buy low. So really, the amount of money that you're going to take with you from your sale to your purchase is going to be relatively consistent, whether it's at the high point of the market or the low point of the market. Really, this is going to have a big effect if you are, again, a first-time buyer, maybe buying an investment property for a rental. You may want to consider the timing of when you're purchasing these things. Or if you're getting out of the market. Again, if you've got investment properties and you want to maximize your return, you may want to consider selling them in the spring. Or if you're getting out of the market because you're retiring or downsizing, what have you, something to consider. So that's my take on what's happened this year in particular. So again, 3.2% increase over the years, pretty decent. Last year was way above average at 6.6, and you can see historically when you compare January to December, we're looking at somewhere between a 2 and 3.3% increase. So very normal. What's going to come up in the new year? That is a fantastic question, and we will be addressing that in another video coming up here shortly. If you have any questions, we would love to help. Give us a call at our office at 888-444-7237, or you can reach out to us online. Check us out on Facebook or at our website at mdrealestategroup.com. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.